Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we are discussing Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It is prepared by an organization of the United Nations. So its preamble starts with saying that we believe that all people are born with dignity. Every human being has dignity. We believe everyone has equal and unchangeable rights. All people have equal rights and they are unchangeable. Their rights cannot be changed. Accepting these rights is the basis for freedom, the basis for fairness, and the basis for peace in the world. So, if all the people in the world accept these rights, it will lead to freedom for all, fairness and justice for all, and peace for all. So, the world will become peaceful. When people have ignored and looked down on human rights, it has led to awful, cruel actions. So, cruelty simply means that someone is violating someone's rights. That is why it is called cruelty. These cruel actions have shocked the whole world. We want a world where everyone can speak freely and everyone can believe what they want. So, freedom of belief, freedom of religion, and freedom of expression. We want everyone to be free from fear and free from hunger or free from need. So needs must be met. This is the biggest hope of common people everywhere. This is the biggest hope of common people everywhere. It's vital to protect human rights with a system of laws. How can we protect these rights? There have to be laws so that those laws protect the rights of the people. If we don't have laws, people might feel forced to choose rebellion against bad rulers and cruelty as their very last option. So, if the laws are not protecting the rights of the people, so what options people have? Choose rebellion against yes, rulers. They will become rebels. They will they will rebel against the state. So there can be civil war. Right. It is also very important to help countries get along and have friendly relationships. So, protection of human rights all over the world is important for friendly relationships among states. The people of the United Nations have already promised in their charter that they strongly believe in basic human rights. So, the Charter of the United Nations, it also calls for protecting and respecting human rights. They believe in the value and worth of every person. Okay. So they believe in the value of every person. They believe in the worth of every person. So the members of the United Nations, they have promised, they have tweeted. उधर ही रखते हैं. हाँ. They believe that men and women have equal rights. They believe in the value and worth of every person, and they believe that men and women have equal rights. They decided they must work to help society grow and provide a better life for everyone with more freedom. So, the more freedom a citizen has, the better life it is. Member countries promise to work with the United Nations to make sure everyone respects and follows human rights and basic freedoms worldwide. We need to clearly agree on what these rights and freedoms mean. A clear understanding is super important so that this promise can be completely fulfilled. Now, there are 30 articles in this Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article 1, it says, we are all born free. We all have the same dignity and rights. We all have reason and conscience. Because of this, we should act towards each other in a friendly way. All people should act towards all others in a friendly way, whether someone is a foreigner, whether someone belongs to another religion, whether someone belongs to another province, whether someone belongs to another caste, okay? So, whether someone belongs to another gender, we should act toward each other in a friendly way. Even someone is younger than us or older than us or equal to us in age. So if someone's color is different, even then, we should act toward each other in a friendly way. Article 2, everyone can have these rights and freedoms. Everyone can have these rights. Everyone can have these freedoms. It doesn't matter what country you come from, what your race, color, or gender is. It doesn't matter what language you speak, what religion you follow, what your political opinion is. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor or where you are born. It doesn't matter. Each and everyone has respect and worth and value. Also, your rights won't change based on the political situation of your country, like if it's independent or not. Even if your country is not independent, even then you have rights. You have these freedoms. Article 3, everyone has the right to live. No one can take his or her life. Everyone has the right to live. Everyone has the right to be free. And everyone has the right to feel safe. Safety. Right to safety. Article 4, no one can be held in slavery. No one can be forced to work for someone else. No one can be forced to have to work for someone else. So anyone can serve to someone else willingly if someone wishes so. No one else can force anybody to work for him or her. Slavery and the slave trade are totally forbidden. Article 5, no one should be tortured. No one should be tortured. So, how many examples are there in our society of torture? What types of torture still we exist in our society? Anyone can?
There's plenty of examples, and not in just in our society, but if we observe the Western society as well, we see that people are mentally and physically tortured.
Okay. So let us first talk about Pakistan, our own society. For example, in Sargoda,
Parents,
parents beat
teachers.
parents beat their children. Is it not torture?
Yes.
It is torture. Teachers beat
चिल्ड्रन जो वर्कशॉप पे काम करते हैं बच्चे उनको भी
their bosses. They beat them.
yes
They beat them. It is torture, physical torture.
yes
Mental torture is also there. And sometimes the landlords, the owners, they beat their maids, their servants.
yes
It is torture. So all these types of torture, they are violations of human rights, and they are forbidden in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. No one should be treated in a cruel way or in a very harsh way. No one should treat anybody else in a harsh way, in a cruel way. No one should be given punishment that is humiliating, humiliation. Even someone is, if someone is criminal, he or she cannot be humiliated. A criminal can be punished, legally punished, but humiliation is not allowed.
उसका कोई आंकड़ा नहीं काट सकते.
Yes, we cannot dehumanize
Yes.
a human. Article 6.
सर ये जो क्या कहते हैं मुलीम वगैरह पकड़ते हैं तो जो कोर्ट उनका रिमांड देती है उसमें क्या टॉर्चर की इजाज़त होती है कुछ तो एक्स्ट्रा हार्डली होते हैं
तो उसमें वो जो आपको
एजेंसी को करते हैं वो तो बड़े खतरनाक किस्म का टॉर्चर करते हैं एक जनरल होता है जैसे हमारे अफसर
Physical remand. I have heard the torture they used. I heard the police tortures those even when they are not proven criminals.
Yeah, they're just blamed.
They may be innocent, but the police uses torture to force them to accept that they are criminals. Okay. So yes, it is the violation of the United Nations Charter, and it is a violation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
पीछे है इन्वेस्टिगेशन में भी जो मुजरिम भी करते हैं.
Yes, there are some very bad things. So everyone has the right to be recognized as a person everywhere. It is Article 6. This means your legal rights must be protected no matter where you are, whether you are in your own country or abroad or anywhere, your rights must be protected. Article 7. Everyone is equal before the law. So laws must be made equal for all.
फ्री फेयर ट्रायल का
Free, fair,
Rule of law.
Yes. yes, and there should be no discrimination. There should be no discrimination against any community, against any group. Everyone has the right to be treated equally by the law. Everyone should be protected by the law without any discrimination. Everyone should be protected against any discrimination that goes against this declaration. Everyone should be protected against anyone who tries to encourage such discrimination. Everyone should be protected against anyone who tries to encourage such discrimination. Article 8. If your fundamental rights are violated, you have the right to ask for help. You have the right to ask for help. You can go to a proper national court. A proper national court. This court must be able to protect your rights. Article 9. No one should be arrested for no good reason. If there is no good reason, there is no justification, no one should be arrested. No one should be kept in prison for no good reason. No one should be sent away from their country for no good reason. Article 10. You have the right to a fair and public hearing. If you are, if there is an FIR against you, if there is a case against you, then you have the right to a fair hearing, and it should be a public hearing. The public should be able to listen, to attend what is going on in the court. This hearing must be conducted by an independent court and an unbiased court. Unbiased, which is neutral.
इसमें सब ट्रायल ओपन होना चाहिए
Yes,
पब्लिक के सामने.
yes.
जैसे वो खान साहब का अदालत जो है जेल के अंदर लगती है वो तो ओपन ट्रायल नहीं फिर उसको वैसे.
Yes, it's not open.
And
And
जो
see,
खुली कचहरी वाला concept है वो इसमें आएगा.
नहीं वो नहीं.
no, the open trial means
आप जाके बैठ के सुन सकते
the relatives, the friends, they can go to the court.
जैसे ये live session
They can be they can be present at the court. So same was the case with the trial of Bhutto, Zulfikar Bhutto.
जी जी बिल्कुल
It was not an open trial. This is true whether you are facing a criminal charge or a disagreement about your rights. Whether you are facing a criminal charge or a disagreement about your rights. Article 11. If you are accused of a crime,
सर इसमें क्या लिखा हुआ है कि जो क्राइम करता है उसके जो बेसिक ह्यूमन राइट्स हैं तो उसको वायलेट नहीं मतलब करना
नहीं,
चाहे उसका जुर्म जो भी है लेकिन उसके राइट्स भी साथ रहते हैं
yes, even then he or she has rights. Article 11. If you are accused of a crime, you are innocent until proven guilty. You are innocent until proven that you have committed the crime.
Yes.
If it is not proven, then you are not a criminal. Then you cannot be punished. So, in the past, a government made a law in Pakistan. The law said, you are guilty unless proven otherwise. Just imagine, the state made a law, the government made a law. You are guilty, you are a criminal until you prove it otherwise. It was a sheer violation of human rights. It was a sheer violation. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says, if you are accused of
हमारी सोसाइटी के अंदर जो मतलब एक बंदे ने क्राइम किया है
yes,
तो लेकिन पुलिस उसके वालिद को भाई को दूसरे को उठा लेती है
that is
ये
that is wrong.
wrong है
Yes, that is wrong. That is wrong. You are innocent until proven guilty. Okay. If the crime is proved in the court, only then you are guilty. Only then you can be punished. If your crime is not proven, even if you accept it, sometimes the people accept under fear, under duress.
Yes.
Actually, they have not committed the crime. But to avoid the torture, they accept. Okay, but they have not committed the crime.
सर एक
So-
क्रिमिनल है अगर उसने क्राइम मतलब किया है
Yes.
लेकिन उसका अदालत के अंदर प्रूफ नहीं मिलता एविडेंस नहीं आते गवाह मतलब विटनेस नहीं आते उसके बावजूद उसको फोर्स नहीं किया जा सकता कि वो खुद मतलब क्राइम को एक्सेप्ट करे
Yes. No, he cannot be forced. Article 11. If you are accused of a crime, you are innocent until proven guilty. This proof must be shown in a public trial. In this trial, you must have all the help you need for your defense. All the help you need for your defense. Do you have slides with you?
Yes, sir.
I have shared it on the.
तो मैंने आपको YouTube पे कर दिया।
Oh, good. That's fine. That's better. This proof must be shown in a public trial. In this trial, you must have all the help you need for your defense. You cannot be found guilty for something that was not a crime when you did it. So when you, there was no law. The law was made later, and you committed a crime before. You cannot be punished. If the law changes to make a punishment lighter,
सर इसके अंदर ना 5 स्टेजेस वो बताते हैं क्राइम के
okay.
एक पहले जो आपने आइडिया होता है
हम्म,
अगर आपने सोचा है कि मैंने क्राइम करना है
हम्म,
क्राइम किया नहीं है लेकिन वो क्राइम में कंसीडर नहीं होगा
नहीं होगा.
फिर आपने उसकी प्रिपरेशन करनी है
हम्म,
अगर उस मतलब कोई भी क्राइम डकैती करने जा रहा है जो भी करना है
हाँ,
उसके लिए आप एक तैयारी होनी चाहिए
yes,
फिर उसके बाद आपकी इंटेंशन होनी चाहिए
हाँ,
अब मतलब आप क्राइम कर रहे हैं आपकी इंटेंशन है ये
हम्म।
नहीं है कि आपने कहीं साथ से कोई दोस्त जा रहा है उसके साथ बैठ जाते हैं वो आगे जाके कोई क्राइम कर लेता है
हाँ,
लेकिन वो उस क्राइम में शामिल नहीं होता
नहीं इंटेंशन नहीं
वो
थी.
इंटेंशन नहीं
हाँ,
इंटेंशन के बाद फिर ये होता है कि वो जो चौथी होती है वो उसका ना एक्शन लेता है मतलब क्राइम करता है
हम्म,
क्राइम करने के बाद जो मेजर हो ना एक इंजरी भी होनी चाहिए
अच्छा.
क्राइम करता है
क्राइम करता है क्राइम करने के दौरान
If someone, if someone's right is violated, that is called injury.
यस
Injury is not only physical.
यस
Injury means violation of any right.
Any
It is
right.
called
तो
injury.
damages कहते हैं law में।
It is also called injury.
इंजरी
Injury.
इनके बाद उसका फिर कोई रिजल्ट है ये
हाँ.
तब जाके वो क्राइम कंसीडर
So you are also a student of law.
यस सर
Ah, good, good. That's good.
कानून जी में पढ़ रहे थे कि अगर एक बंदा क्राइम कर देता है
Hmm.
और क्राइम हो जाता है
Hmm.
वो कहता है कि जी मेरी इंटेंशंस नहीं थी मोस्टली हमारे हमारे इलाके में हुआ था ऐसे ही ना शादी में ना मेहंदी में
Hmm.
उस बंदे ने ना एक बंदे को मार दिया तो
अच्छा.
कहता है कि मैंने शराब पी हुई थी अब मैंने तो मतलब जिसके साथ बहस हुई मैंने कहा उसने डबल जुर्म कर दिया तो शराब पी ली बंदा मार दिया कहता है नहीं वो अपने कॉन्शियस में नहीं था तो पता नहीं उसने पी थी या नहीं बारह वो मतलब बाद में जैसे बातें सुना वो कहते हैं कि जानबूझ के उन्होंने स्टेटमेंट लिखवाई है कि उसने शराब पी हुई थी तो उसको नहीं पता चला और चल गई इससे मतलब वो भटक
इसमें सर ये होता है कि जो बड़े लोग होते हैं ना वो जब वो जो फर्स्ट होती है रिपोर्ट होती है तो एफआईआर में वो लिखवा देते हैं कि ये नशे की हालत में था इसके ये मशवरे में था
Hmm.
और ये वो तब बच जाता है
But that is why all drugs and drinking is forbidden in Pakistan.
लेकिन उसको वो सजा नहीं फिर मिलती जो
All drugs and drinking, it is not legal. Okay.
लेकिन अनलीगल भी सारे हमारी असेंबली है उन्होंने नहीं की वो एक दफा बिल भी आया था
Hmm.
तो अल्कोहल को उन्होंने नहीं किया
Alcohol
लेकिन
is
हमारी
not-
सोसाइटी या इस्लामिक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से तो बिल्कुल नहीं ना
no, in Pakistani law it is forbidden.
जी सर ये जो अल्कोहल है खास तौर पे इसमें होती है लेकिन इसको आप सेल नहीं कर सकते इसमें डिफरेंट जो है ना पनिशमेंट है
इस्लामिक शरिया लॉ
वो तो बिल्कुल है
वो आपके
उसमें
जो लॉ
पर्सनल
बनते
लॉ
हैं वो शरिया कौंसिल के पास जाते हैं ना वो फिर इस तरह का तो कोई लॉ पास नहीं है कि आप अलाउ
नहीं
है
कोई पिछले साल आया था कि
Publicly allow नहीं होगा, but privately
some
तो
firms
use
को allow
करते हैं।
प्राइवेट बिल्कुल यूज करते हैं
No, even someone drinks privately. In my understanding, it is illegal.
अलाउ नहीं है अगर वो पकड़े जाए ना मतलब
सर
छोटे
फिर है अगर घर में जब आप सिगरेट मतलब पी रहे हैं तो उसका कोई नहीं
It is legal.
लेकिन है नहीं है लेकिन
चल रहा है
So this is what I'm saying.
लीगल में भी नहीं है सर मतलब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में भी इस तरह का नहीं है
मतलब पीछे ही बड़ी बहस हुई थी
अब वैसे होटल्स के अंदर तो वैसे आम मिल जाती है सर
इशू बना था तो उसमें बड़ी बहस हुई थी कि सरीना होटल में जो है वो आवाम को शराब पी चार होटल को इतवार
सर जो बड़े होटल है ना जो थोड़े से भी बड़े होटल
No, no. Leave the practice. We are talking about the law.
Yes.
Legally, it is allowed or not?
ना है सर
Okay, let's move forward.
सब कुछ है बाकी
Yes. If the law changes to make a punishment lighter, you must get the lighter punishment. Okay? If the punishment has been decreased in the law, then you will also get the decreased punishment if you are criminal, if you have committed the crime. Article 12. No one can mess with your private life. This is very important. In our society, it is very, very important. Here, not only state interferes with our privacy, society is even more interferes with us. Okay? Most of the people, most of the time, they are interested to know the personal things, personal affairs of others. Okay? Who are his friends or who is her friend, and what are they doing, where did they go, how did they meet, what was the style, how to what extent they smiled, all that, and how are the gazes, all that. It is interference in privacy. So the result is all of us are suffering. No one's privacy is safe. No one's privacy is safe because most of us, our society, most people, they are mentally sick and sick-minded. They intrude into others' personal lives, and even neighbors. They always they enjoy torturing the neighbors by poking nose into their personal affairs. Okay, so this is a huge dilemma, and it is against democracy. It is against democracy because people themselves, they violate each other's rights, and no one's rights are safe. So when no one's rights are safe, how can there be a democracy? Democracy starts with protection of rights. Protection of rights. So there's a need that we bring awareness among our citizens, fellow citizens, our family members, our neighbors, that they should not interfere into others' privacy, private affairs. So no one can mess with your private life for no good reason. This includes your family life, your home, or your communications like letters or emails. No one can attack your honor or reputation. If someone does attack these things, the law must protect you. Article 13. Everyone has the right to move around freely within their own country. Everyone has the right to choose where they want to live within their own country. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including their own. Everyone has the right to return to their own country. If someone left his own country, their own country, they can get back to their own country. They have the right. Article 14.
सर ये एक स्टेट डिफाइन करती है कि ये पर्सन जो है हमारा हमारा सिटीजन है, या एक सिटीजन खुद राइट रखता है कि वो डिसाइड करे कि मैं इस कंट्री या स्टेट का सिटीजन हूँ?
The citizen who is born in a state democratically
एक तो नेचर वाला
has the right to citizenship. Has the right to citizenship. So the state cannot disown them who are born within the state in democratic paradigms. So a state cannot take someone's citizenship without any reason. Without any reason, with no good reason.
सर ये जो रिटर्न थ्रू कंट्री वाला है,
Yes.
तो इसमें अगर एक बंदा क्राइम करके फंस कर पाकिस्तान से इंग्लैंड चला जाता है,
Yes.
तो क्या उनकी ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं बनती कि वो वापस मतलब कर दे पाकिस्तान को और अकॉर्डिंग टू पाकिस्तान लॉ उसका ट्रायल करे, उसको पनिश करे?
वो लॉज बने हुए हैं उसके बाद।
नहीं, वो प्रॉपर नहीं है।
If there is an agreement between UK and Pakistan
Yes, sir.
of repatriation,
सर ये यूनिवर्सल नहीं होना चाहिए, यूनाइटेड मतलब है
yes, it must be, but so far it is not done. But several countries, many countries, they have bilateral treaties
Yes, sir.
for
अगर
repatriation
सर
of
वो
such.
वापस नहीं भी करते, लेकिन वो पाकिस्तान के अकॉर्डिंग लॉ उनको फिनिश करें या मतलब ट्रायल
Interpol, Interpol,
ये सर
it also works like that. So all the members of the Interpol, they can ask the other members to hand over certain criminals to them, and it has happened several times in Pakistan. Many times, Interpol section of FIA, they write a red warrants to other countries, and several times, for example, the UAE, they have arrested several Pakistani criminals and handed back to them to Pakistan.
लेकिन सर उनको अपना तो नहीं मिलनी चाहिए ना, जैसे हसीना माजिद गई है दूसरे
Political, yes, that is a separate thing. Political criminals, they are treated differently. It is coming here. It is coming. We discuss it
Sir,
soon.
but I want to add something कि सर ये जो चीजें हैं कि आप कंट्री छोड़ सकते हैं, वापस आ सकते हैं या बुलाया जा सकता है, ये तो फिर पब्लिक इंटरनेशनल लॉ के अंडर ही डील किए जाते हैं।
पब्लिक दे रहे हैं।
Yes.
जब
Yes,
भी
yes.
स्टेट तो स्टेट की बात आएगी तो इंटरनेशनल लॉ।
Oh, yes. So, Article 14 says if people are persecuted, they have the right to seek asylum. If someone is persecuted, is tortured, or is oppressed in one state, in one country, they have the right to seek asylum in other countries where they think they will be safe. Asylum means trying to find protection in another country. You cannot use this right if you have committed a serious non political crime. So, political crimes are treated differently in international law. And non political crimes, they are treated differently. You cannot use this right of asylum, right to asylum, if you have committed a common crime which is not political. You also cannot use this right if you have done something against the goals and principles of the United Nations, So the political leaders, although they have committed crimes, they might have committed crimes, but political crimes are taken as something different, and sometimes they are provided asylum. You also cannot use this right if you have done something against the goals and principles of the United Nations. So you don't have right to asylum if you are working against the purposes of the United Nations. Article 15.
सर ये ट्रीटी और एग्रीमेंट में क्या डिफरेंस है?
Agreement is any agreement, it can within the state. Treaty is usually used for the word treaty. It is usually used for an agreement which is between the states, between countries.
ट्रीटी भी तो स्टेट के साथ ही होती है
The-
एग्रीमेंट विद इन है और ट्रीटी
No,
विद अदर
no, agreement is both. There can be a local agreement, there can be an international agreement. But treaty, the word treaty, it is used in international context.
सर इसमें ये नहीं कि दो कंट्री होनी चाहिए ट्रीटी
At least, yes, obviously. Minimum.
एग्रीमेंट में ज्यादा कंट्रीज होती हैं जिस वजह से वो एग्रीमेंट उसको कहा जाता है।
No, a treaty is essentially an agreement.
ठीक है
But the word treaty is specific for international agreements. International agreements. Most of them are bilateral. Bilateral. If they are done at the United Nations, for example, they are called regimes, conventions, charters, like that.
Yes, kind of.
Treaty is usually bilateral, normally. Article 15. Everyone has the right to be a citizen of a country. No one can take away your citizenship for no good reason. No one can stop you from changing your citizenship. If you want to change your citizenship, you have the right. Article 16. Men and women who are old enough have the right to marry. They have the right to marry. Our society allows this? In many cases, our society, particularly our parents and elders, they don't allow. Okay, they force. Sometimes they force the boys also, but in most cases they force the girls. You will marry here, not here. Okay, it is violation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Men and women who are old enough have the right to marry. They can start a family without any limits due to race, nationality, or religion. They must have equal rights when they marry, during the marriage, and if they get divorced. At every stage, they have equal rights. A marriage can only happen with the full and free consent of both people. Full consent and free consent. So, if parents force the daughter, is this not violated? This right? It is violated. This right is violated. The family is the natural and fundamental group until a unit of society.
सर
The-
ये इसी बात में कुछ सुनने में आया शायद कि पंजाब गवर्नमेंट लॉ पास के अब कोर्ट मैरिज है वो पेरेंट्स की मर्जी की है दोनों में से एक आदमी
वो वली के बगैर तो पहले भी नहीं होती है
वो तो पहले भी
वो पहले भी नहीं
दोनों
वली
की
की
मर्जी से तभी कोर्ट मैरिज होती है
Yes.
नहीं मतलब दोनों के जो गर्ल
वो
शादी
इसके लिए है कि अगर जो शादीशुदा है ना ऑलरेडी पहले उसका मतलब जो है मियाँ वो अगर फौत हो जाता है तो उसके बाद उसको खुद अलाउ है कि वो खुद ही शादी कर सकते हैं बगैर वली के बगैर वालिद के भाई की परमिशन
कोर्ट मैरिज अभी
वरना तो जो जिसकी फर्स्ट टाइम शादी है ना वो नहीं
But I have not read this news.
सर ये बहुत लॉ आ गए शादी से
Yes.
रिलेटेड और जब से वो चाइल्ड रिस्ट्रेंट एक्ट आया था उसके बाद से अब तक
ये
काफी laws
फैमिली
बदले
लॉ
हैं।
अलग है
No, Adnan is talking about something different, I think. He is saying a girl cannot go for court marriage now in Punjab.
Yes, sir.
But
अब वो खत्म कर
do you have any news with you?
वो specifically court marriage
Yes, share it with me. I would like to read it.
कि लड़की भाग कर शादी नहीं कर सकती मतलब अगर जो निकाह रजिस्ट्रार है वो उसका निकाह रजिस्टर नहीं करेगा
It is a fact.
यस ये सारा भी लेजिस्लेशन हुई है recently.
तो फिर लड़का कैसे भागेगा अकेला
So
बच्चों को दिखाने का
जिस
ये ना
मतलब
कोई
है कि
लोग
अगर लड़की नहीं करेगी तो फिर लड़का
वो
क्या
एज
करेगा?
ऑफेंस रिपोर्ट हो जाएगा फॉरन
so
उसमें
so
ना सर दो चीजें वो कह
so
रहे हैं।
better you check it on the website of the Punjab Assembly,
Yes.
the relevant law, and share its link with me.
ठीक है सर।
So I would like to see it. So shall we move forward?
Yes, sir.
The family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society. The family must be protected by society and the state. Article 17. Everyone has the right to own property. You can own property alone, or you can own property with others. No one can take away your property for no good reason. Even the state cannot take away your property without any reason.
Yes.
Article 18. Everyone has the right to their own way of thinking, freedom of thought. It is the right to freedom of thought, right to think. Everyone has the right to their own way of thinking and conscience.
इसमें सर जो प्रॉपर्टी है ना वो गवर्नमेंट आपसे ले तो सकती है, कंपनसेट जो उसने गवर्नमेंट को करना होता है, जो प्रॉपर मार्केट वैल्यूज होती है,
Yes.
और उसके बगैर बाय फोर्स नहीं ले सकती।
By-
बाय फोर्स अगर स्टेट लेती है तो आप उसके खिलाफ केस कर सकते हैं
Yes. Yes.
गवर्नमेंट
If it does not compensate.
Yes.
Everyone has the right to their own religion. This right includes the freedom to change your religion or belief. You are free to show your religion or belief alone or with others, in public or private. This can be done through teaching, practicing, worship, and observance. Article 19. Everyone has the right to have their own opinions. Everyone has the right to express their opinions freely. This right means you can hold opinions without anyone interfering. No one should interfere in others' opinions. It also means you can seek, you can receive, and you can share information and ideas. You can use any media like TV, internet, or print, regardless of borders. So, according to this declaration, you can watch Indian movies. You can watch Indian TV. Article 20. Everyone has the right to peacefully meet and gather in groups. No one can be forced to belong to a group or association. You willingly can join any association, any party, any group, but you cannot be forced to join a group or association or a party. Article 21. Everyone has the right to take part in the government of their country.
right to vote
Right to vote, you can become the prime minister. Take part in the government of their country. You can contest the elections. Okay, you can make your own party. You can make an alliance. You can compete for the post of the highest posts for prime minister, chief minister, president, governor, anything.
ऐसा पाकिस्तान में अगर फर्ज करें बंदा आज़ाद इलेक्शन लड़ता है, ठीक है, और इलेक्शन में लोग उसको सपोर्ट करने लग रहे हैं, तो वो बगैर पार्टी के वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन सकता है या उसको कोई
बन
पार्टी
सकता है,
बनानी
बन
पड़ेगी?
सकता है इसमें।
अगर
वो
उधर
आज़ाद
किसी
इलेक्शन
को
लड़ता है।
नहीं, उसका मकसद तो ये है कि आप असेंबली में वोट ले लें।
Uh,
दूसरी पार्टी आपको सपोर्ट कर रही है, जैसे ये महमूद खान चकजई को पीपल पीटीआई बना रही है, अपोजिशन लीडर।
Opposition leader, yes. I think there's no bar. There's no bar on it, but practically it may not be possible.
Yes, sir, yes. लेकिन लीगली कोई नहीं है इसमें।
I think there's no legal hurdle.
Yes.
So, Article 21, everyone has the right to take part in the government of their country. You can do this directly or through representatives who are freely chosen. Everyone has the right to equal access to public service in their country. Right to equal access to public service in their country.
Yes,
You Yes, you can appear in CSS and become bureaucrat, an officer, public service. You can join the public service. The will of the people must be the basis for the government's authority. Will of the people. This will should be shown through real elections that happen regularly. So, will of the people is gathered through frequent elections, periodic elections. These elections must use secret voting or something just as free. So, why do we need secret voting, by the way? Why not open voting?
So that our right of opinion or right of expression would be protected in this.
Yes, sometimes if you vote openly and the people get to know you have voted for a certain candidate, they may harm you, they may pressurize you, they may pressurize your family members. Okay, so to protect your safety, to protect your rights, it is considered that the voting must be secret. The voting must be universal and equal. One person, one vote. Universal means that all citizens should have right to vote, who are grown up, who are adults. All adults must have the right to vote. It is called universal voting. Equal voting means every person should have
Equal, one vote.
one,
Value
only
of-
one vote.
वैल्यू भी सेम मतलब वन वोट है, चाहे प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, चाहे बड़ा
Yes,
उसकी
yes.
वोट एक ही है।
If a billionaire has 100 votes,
Yes,
a millionaire has 50 votes,
yes.
and a poor person has one vote, is it equality of vote?
No.
No, it is not equality of vote.
सर ये जो होता है हमारे इलेक्शन
इसमें सर वो इकबाल का शेर है ना,
हाँ.
वो काफी सारे सीटों से लड़ते हैं, ये क्या सीन है?
That is a separate thing. But still they have one vote. Their vote is equal.
वो इतनी सीटों पे लड़ जाता है, ठीक है, हालांकि फिर बाद में छोड़ते हैं, जब इलेक्शन होता है दोबारा, ये तो फिर गलत है ना स्टेट, आपने रखनी सीट एक है।
ये तो right to contest में हम इसको discuss कर सकते हैं।
So the parties can make it an agenda item and they can change the law. But if all the parties agree on it,
ये अब change
then
कर रहे हैं।
then what is the problem?
अब ये चेंज कर रहे हैं कि 3 दफा कर रहे हैं, गवर्नमेंट 3 दफा कर रही है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा 3 सीटों पे खड़ा हो सकता है।
So
Okay.
the law keeps on changing as people think fit. So if you want to have it changed, yes, you launch a movement, get it changed.
सर एक स्टोरी है ना, देखिए एक बंदा ऐसे उस जगह पे गोल खड़ा होता है, उसने हार जाना है, तो खान साहब या मियां साहब खुद उधर खड़े होके जीत जाते हैं।
Look, Adnan, how legislation works, how states work. There are certain mechanisms and ways to make laws, and majority prevails. Laws are made by the majority. Okay, so in the country of 250 million, 126 people they are majority, and 124 million they are minority. And all those 124 million, they have same number of opinions. At least they can have 124 opinions, and some people might have 2 opinions individually. So how can there be laws if all opinions are accommodated? All opinions cannot be accommodated. So majority of the opinions are accommodated and the law is finalized. So until your opinion becomes the opinion of the majority, the law will stay as it is. So that is why I am saying you launch a movement. Make your opinion accepted by the majority of Pakistanis, then it will be changed.
यार देखिए नेक्स्ट टाइम इलेक्शन होती है,
Yes.
हम इन पे अच्छे खासे प्रोग्राम करेंगे, जो भी हमारे खिलाफ
Yes.
जो हमारे
This is the role of the media.
Yes.
Yes.
उस पे बात करें, डिस्कस करें, यूनिवर्सिटी में हमारे सेशंस हों,
Yes.
ताकि इन चीजों को हम निकाल सकें।
Yes. That is why I have designed these courses on democracy. I have never heard that in any university of Pakistan or in any college, Pakistani college, anybody was teaching democracy. It is the first time. It is the first time in Pakistan, not only in Sargodha University, I heard and I witnessed that courses on democracy are designed, approved, implemented, or taught. I designed 3 courses. One is democracy theory and practice. It is taught at the BS level. The other is this in the institutions of democratic transition. It is taught at the MPhil level. The third is democracy and democratization. It is taught at the PhD level. And now I have designed a course, human security. It is also democracy. It democratizes security. So it will soon, inshallah, it will be approved and implemented. So that is why we are studying democracy, so that we get to know as citizens how can we refine our democracy, how can we improve our democracy, how can we improve our laws and mechanisms and frameworks. So the voting must be universal and equal. Okay, if a PhD has 10 votes, if an MPhil has 8 votes, if a master's or BS has 6 votes, and a metric has 5 votes, and an illiterate person has 1 vote, is it an equality of vote?
सर इसमें इकबाल वो कहते हैं कि ना जमहूरियत एक ऐसा तर्ज हुकूमत है जिसमें बंदों को गिना करते हैं तोला नहीं करते मतलब वोट जो होता है ना सब इक्वल है
हाँ.
यहाँ पे ये भी एक दलील दे रहा है कि इस्लाम कहता है कि तमाम इंसान जो है वो बराबर नहीं है, तकदीर के लिहाज से, अमल के लिहाज से, इल्म के लिहाज से।
That is,
उनका वोट बराबर नहीं है।
these are misinterpretations of political equality. Democrats do not call for absolute equality. It was a misunderstanding on the poet's part. Okay, it was misunderstanding, but ultimately he accepted the worth of democracy. Iqbal himself is not an enemy of democracy.
Yes,
He is a democrat. Okay, he accepts human dignity. He accepts human respect, self-respect. He accepts equality of law, equal laws for all, and he agrees with independent judiciary. Okay, so human dignity, mutual respect. These are all democratic norms and values. So Iqbal believes in all this. Basically, he was an enemy of democracy because it was imposed by the West in the subcontinent. It was imposed. It did not flourish indigenously. And those Westerners, they were not treating the Indians in a democratic way. Okay? After all, the British rule here, colonial rule, was it democratic? No, it was not democratic. So Iqbal hated their democracy implemented and enforced this way. Basically, he likes and agrees with democratic values and way of government. So let's move forward. The voting must be universal and equal, one person, one vote. Article 22. Everyone has the right to social security. Everyone has the right to social security. And your point that in Islam, the people are not equal. Okay, someone better, some are criminal, some are more pious, some are less pious. But it does not. It has nothing to do with political equality.
वो पढ़ लिखे
In even in Quran and Hadith, okay, Bani Adam, Ya Ayyuhan Nas. What is this? It is political equality. Khutbah Hijjat al-Wida. Hijjat al-Wida sermon. What was said? तमाम इंसान आदम की औलाद है और आदम मिट्टी से बने थे किसी गोरे को काले पर किसी काले को गोरे पर कोई फौकियत हासिल नहीं This is political equality. This is the proper understanding of Islam. Article 22. Everyone has the right to social security. You have the right to realize the economic, social, and cultural rights that are necessary for your dignity. These rights are essential for your personality to develop freely. These rights must be achieved through national effort and international cooperation. The rights will be achieved according to the organization and resources of each state. Article 23. Everyone has the right to work. Everyone has the right to choose their job freely. Okay? To choose their job freely. So if parents force their son or daughter to become a doctor, what is it? Is it? Are they observing the human rights?
No, not at all.
The boy, the son or the daughter wants to become a teacher or an engineer, but the parents are forcing to become a doctor. So, or otherwise, and vice versa. Everyone has the right to choose their job freely. Hmm?
स्कूल में पढ़ाते हैं ना आजकल तो लगता है कि बच्चे पेरेंट्स को टार्चर करते हैं
In some cases it may be, but in most cases I think children's rights are violated. Everyone has the right to fair and good working conditions. Good working conditions. Everyone has the right to protection against being unemployed. Protection against being unemployed. So,
What's the concept of welfare state?
yes, exactly. So I want to link this article to my research paper that is on the Mazdoor Adda, laborers waiting at the labor hub. So their right is violated here. Their right to protection against being unemployed is not ensured. The state and the society, they are doing nothing. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Equal pay and equal work. Have you ever observed that in some contexts, in the same organizations, the boys are paid more and the girls are paid less? In our private school, I have heard
Yes, sir.
the girls, their pay is very small. Okay, and the boys, they are getting more pay, better salary. And usually the private schools do not hire boys for the same reason. Usually they want to hire girls because they agree on a little salary, a small salary. So it is also a violation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. And it is not only here, it is also in America. Many times I have heard in many advanced countries. In advanced countries, even there was a case, I think, in BBC or CNN.
Yes.
An anchor person or a TV host protested. She was female and she was not being paid equally to the male staff.
महापारा ने भी लिखा हुआ है
Yes,
अपने बुक में
yes. She is a Pakistani and she served at the BBC, worked at the BBC. So it's a problem not only in our country, in many other countries. Everyone, without any discrimination, has the right to equal pay for equal work. Everyone who works has the right to fair pay that ensures a dignified life for themselves and their family. Now, look, the maids who work at others' homes. So usually they get 2,000, 3,000 for one task. Okay, if they do cleaning, after 1 month they get 2,000 or 3,000. If they do the laundry, they get 2,000 or 3,000. If they do the dishing, they get 2,000 or 3,000. So now look at this. Everyone who works has the right to fair pay. Is this pay fair?
No.
It
I
is-
think the quality of work they do, based on the quality of work they do.
But
then-
but what quality you should expect if you are paying so less? So less.
It is connected.
Okay, for example, how many homes one maid can go in one day maximum?
Well, my housemate does 4 or 5 a day.
Four?
4 or 5 homes. She works at 4 or 5 homes a
Okay,
day.
so if she goes 5 homes and performs one or two tasks at so usually one or two, okay, and she does 10 tasks at 5 homes. At the end of the month, she will get 20-30,000. What is it? And out of those 20-30,000, she will have to pay to the rickshaw, to the van, to the bus, which she uses for serving these homes. Sometimes 5,000 or 10,000 gone in that. Okay, so these are the problems. These are the violations of rights.
सर एक चीज मैंने ना काफी नोट किया है क्योंकि गाँव वगैरह में कि जो काम हमारे वर्कर जो है ना मतलब लोअर वर्कर जिन्हें भी हम कहते हैं घर का काम हो कोई भी किसी तरह का जो आप वहाँ जाके उनके घर में करके आते हैं उनको पैसे कम मिलते हैं तो
Yes.
वही चीज अगर वो आपसे आके आपकी शॉप पर ठीक करवाएं तो वो ऐसा कुछ में देखिए उनका पेट्रोल भी लगा टाइम भी लगा
Yes.
उधर ज्यादा दे के आएंगे जो बंदा चल के आपके पास आ रहा है आपका काम कर रहा है उसको काम नहीं
Because they know he or she is helpless. He is in panic, so he can be easily exploited. He can be exploited more. The one who is sitting in the shop with some dignity, he is not so vulnerable, so he is less willing to be exploited.
सर इस
I think this is the
मैं
limit.
एक चीज अक्सर सोचता हूँ कि इस पर देखा भी जा सकता है कि
Yes.
जो लोअर एरियाज हैं उसमें इस तरह की इंडस्ट्री बनाई जाए जिसमें फीमेल एक जगह पे बैठ के काम करें और लोग उधर आकर उनको वर्क प्रोवाइड करें उस पूरी सोसाइटी में उससे
very-
उनकी बात वैल्यू बन जाएगी
Very good.
उनकी और फिर वो एक इंडस्ट्री बन जाएगी
Yes.
वो प्रोडक्ट्स यहाँ करके आगे मार्केट को देंगे
Yes.
उनकी वैल्यू भी बन जाएगी और उनको अच्छी प्रोडक्ट्स
It is called policy. It is called policy research. So exactly, we need to link our research to policy, state policy as well. So it is more valuable if our research is theoretical as well as practical. If we recommend certain policies after having studied a certain area thoroughly, we can recommend policies to the local government, to the provincial government, to the national government, even to the international organizations. So it is more valuable.
फैसला बाद में इस तरह का होता है पहले कन्विंस भी देते हैं छोड़ भी देते हैं ले भी जाते हैं
Yes, so it is another area. The projects which have already been designed and implemented, you can study them and you can recommend those same projects with some customization in your own area, in other areas.
वो तो
And-
फैक्ट्रीज में होता है ना इस तरह
अलग से बनाया है।
मैं इस तरह से सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं
मतलब मैं
अपने
बड़ा
गाँव
common
में
जैसे सिलाई हो
करेंगे ना
Yes.
ये मतलब आप
घर से
एक तो होते हैं ना अपने सूट ये कपड़े वगैरह होते हैं ये बनाने हैं
Yes.
इस तरह की और कोई चीजें जो फीमेल्स घरों में आसानी से बना लेती हैं
Mhm.
उनकी छोटी सी फैक्ट्री बना ली जाए
Yes.
10 मन लेकर खा लो वहाँ पे ऐलान कर दीजिए फीमेल आकर एडमिशन लेने
हाँ.
वहाँ पे आके वो प्रोडक्ट तैयार करें
Yes.
उसमें आप अपनी परसेंटेज अपने आपका बिजनेस भी चले और उनको भी रिस्पेक्टफुल वे में
हाँ.
Previous government ने
और
साथ
आप
शुरू
इसको
किया
फिर
था।
communication
जो
अपने
बेसिक
channel
आपके
के
जो
द्वारा
एजुकेशन
फॉरवर्ड
सेक्टर्स है ना
हाँ.
वहाँ पे उन्होंने कहा था कि ये कंपलसरी एजुकेशन ले
Mhm.
और वर्क है
Mm.
फिर बाद में सही इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हुआ ये।
Certain projects and policies have already been made and implemented, but there's a need for more projects and more policies. So still we have to go a long way in this direction. Okay, Ji. Everyone who works has the right to fair pay that ensures a dignified life. So a maid can a maid? The question, my point is, can a maid have a dignified life? No. A maid can have dignified at least if she is earning around 70-80,000 minimum. Okay, so the landladies, the landlords, they have to be more generous. They should pay at least 200 rupees per hour to them. 200 rupees per hour means after 1 month, for 1 hour, she will get 6,000. And if she works for 8 hours, she will get 48,000. Okay, so even it's some little better than what is happening currently. So everyone who works has the right to fair pay that ensures the dignified life for themselves and their family. If necessary, this pay should be topped up by other ways of social protection. So when they are getting good pay, so even then they have need to have some social protection. For example, if their job is gone, they are not getting enough work, so some social protection is needed, financial security is needed, social safety. Everyone has the right to form trade unions and join them to protect their interests. Trade unions, labor unions, associations. Article 24. Everyone has the right to rest and everyone has the right to leisure. Leisure is also important for one's well being. Free time. Leisure means free time, which you can spend with yourself for your health, for your exercise, for gym, for walk, with your friends, with family. Okay, or you can go to park like that. So, or you can take rest. You can spend that leisure time in your bed as well. So it is also required for one's well-being. This includes reasonable limits on working hours. So, when in the beginning of the industrial revolution, the workers did not have rights. So, sometimes many workers had to work for more than 16 hours per day, and there were no holidays. So they were dehumanized like that. They were working like machines. So then there were movements and philosophical works, and there was an uproar that this is wrong. And with the passage of time, the workers got rights. It also includes paid holidays that happen regularly. Paid holidays. Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living that supports the health and well being of themselves and their family. So, everyone has the right to have such a standard of living. This includes food, clothing, housing, and medical care. This also includes necessary social services like water, electricity, gas, in our context. Everyone has the right to security if they lose their job, get sick, become disabled, become widowed, get old, or lose their income for reasons beyond their control. So they should have the right to security. At Mazdoor Adda, I have seen the labor stand. Uh, Old people, 75 years old, 80 years old, sitting there waiting for labor. Although they are not able to do hard labor, but because there is no social security, so they have no other option. They still have to work, and unfortunately, they don't find enough work. On the one hand, they have to work. On the other hand, they don't have enough work. Mothers and children deserve special care and help. All children, whether born inside or outside of marriage, should have the same social protection. Article 26. Everyone has the right to education. Education must be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stages. Elementary education must be mandatory for everyone. Technical and professional education must be made generally available. Higher education must be equally accessible to all based on merit. And what does merit mean? How good you are. How good you are. It is merit. Education should fully develop the human personality. Education should fully develop the human personality. So here we need to pay some attention to our education and education system and the ways we get education. So we need to understand that whether we are developing as a human or not as we are getting more and more education. Education should strengthen respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. Education should promote understanding, tolerance, and friendship among all nations, races, and religious groups. Education should help the United Nations keep the peace. Parents have the first right to choose the type of education that their children will receive. It is the parents' right to choose their education for their children. 27. Everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community. Everyone has the right to enjoy the arts. Everyone has the right to share in scientific progress and its benefits. Everyone has the right to protect the moral and financial interests that come from their own scientific, literary, or artistic work, like copyrights. Article 28. Everyone has the right to a social and international order, a system in the world. So there should be a system in the world which facilitates and ensures international stability. This system must allow the rights and freedoms in this declaration to be fully put into practice. Article 29. Everyone has duties to the community they live in. So, as citizens, we don't only have rights, we also have duties to others, to the community. It is only in this community that a person can fully and freely develop their personality. So, we develop in a community. So, we owe to the community. We have some duties to the community. When you use your rights and freedoms, you must follow the limitations set by law. These limits exist only to secure the rights and freedoms of others. So, when we abide by the law, our freedoms are ensured. If we don't abide by the law, our freedoms are at stake. Our freedoms are threatened. These limits must also meet the just needs of morality, public order, and general well being in a democracy. Your rights and freedoms can never be used against the goals and principles of the United Nations. Article 30. Nothing in this declaration can be interpreted as giving any country, group, or person the right to do anything. So the countries, they cannot behave without any restrictions. Okay, they have to observe these rights. Specifically, no one can perform any act that is aimed at destroying any of the rights and freedoms listed here. Thank you. Rabi is smiling and thank you. So a teacher should not thank the students. So here I mean what I say. I can thank you. And but along with you, some other people also joined me. So I'm also thanking them. Okay, ji. Let us stop here.